Hello, this is Mark Mitchell, and the purpose of this short video today is just to give you an idea of the World Religions course at Johnston Community College. It's Religion 110, and I want to thank you for signing up for it. But this is just a brief video to show you kind of how to navigate. I'll try to keep it short, but I have logged in already to Blackboard, and you can see all these tabs on the left, and I wanted to maybe go through these and help you get familiar with where to find things in the course. The announcements page is where we are right now, and the course just defaults to that. So you will, occasionally see some information there. The next tab is the course information, and here's our syllabus. I encourage everyone to look at that document and to pay careful attention. It has a lot of information there and dates and how to get your grade and all kinds of very important information. And then I've just listed also my contact information in this area. So email, there's my phone number. That's on campus, and we'll primarily be online during the summer, but I check my email several times a day. And the only exception to that is sometimes on the weekend may take just a little bit longer, but I'll be glad to help you any way that I can, so please use that. The rest of the information here is just general policies, and I'm sure many of you are familiar with those, and I'm just not going to really go over those. I have or will update my summer 2021 schedule, but really online classes, I'm not on campus. And then the student acknowledgement form, which I will ask everyone to sign that, read that, sign that, and then email it back to me. But it just says you basically understand what's in the syllabus and agree to abide by it. And if there's anything special needs that you have that I need to be made aware of, please do that on that form, or you can tell me some other way. Now, the number one tab that you will use in our course is the weekly lessons tab, and then you can see a whole lot of other links here. So your first day of class, please start here with the getting started. I'll just click there just a little bit, but there's the enrollment verification quiz, so make sure that you do that within the first few days of class. It really just officially enters you into the course. Okay, and so again, I have also another copy of the syllabus here, and here's a link to that navigation video. And then it just tells you really how the course is organized, and then some things that you should do next. So don't forget about the enrollment verification quiz. There'll be a tab up here on the left. Please send me that student acknowledgement form where you again have read the syllabus and agreed to abide by it, and then your weekly assignments starting with chapter 1. Our textbook, there's the information there, but Experience the World's Religions by Michael Malloy. That's a good book. And so that, again, after you really look at that Getting Started tab, the first day or so, you won't need it anymore. Now, these are a lot of our assignments, but we have a project where you're going to interview somebody of another faith, and I know with the age of COVID you need to be careful there, but our quizzes and our exams, now I have included these as separate folders, and then you will need a password to take these items, so that will be under the announcements page, and I will definitely make reminders of that, and they will show up under the announcements or your email through Blackboard, but I will remind you. I know this is a lot to get used to, and many instructors have a different setup. Okay, now our book has 12 chapters, and so I have broken these down to where we are covering them through the academic calendar. And so now I will draw your attention here to the last couple weeks, but normally it's a full week, but because of the way our summer session is scheduled, you don't have a quite full week, with those are definitely chapter 12. Okay, so I think I definitely got a typo there. I think it's July the 8th, but at any rate, you can plan ahead and make sure that doesn't affect you. Okay, But now I'm just going to click on one. I'm not going to click on all 12 to give you an idea of what's there. Okay, but here, let's just start with chapter 1. But the first thing you see, for example, is just, you don't have to do anything written for this, but this is what you should know after going through the chapter. The task list tells you, what you should have accomplished. So some of these are required and some of these are not. So the Learn Smart activity is required. The discussion board is required. The chapter 1 review activity is required. Now, a lot of these others are supplemental materials to help you with the chapter. And then, like reading, you're not going to be graded on those, and that's why it's recommended, not required, not graded. There's PowerPoint slides for each chapter. So I've put those, attached these as well. If you like those, you're more than welcome to use them. No quiz or test, but just reduces the information. Just another way to review it instead of reading. Now, the notes are very extensive. So, if you like those, you're welcome to print them off, but just beware, you need to look at it, and then it's going to take a little bit of paper and ink to print them. I've also recorded a video. Now, those are kind of long, so 30 minutes and above, but just really kind of going through the chapters. If you need it, that's great. If you don't, then there's nothing else you need to do. And then the additional resources are just links that I found that are interesting. And, if you want more of the chapter, if, there's topics that you really like and need more, you can look here for them. Now, here are those assignments. Here's your Learn Smart, what I call Learn Smart. And there's the chapter review. Now, the Learn Smart, you have unlimited attempts to get the grade that you want. The chapter review is, one attempt. And the discussion board is due every Sunday night by 11:59. Okay. Now, I recommend going by the dates that I have listed in Blackboard, but I do try to give you some leeway. So, for example, the Learn Smarts are all open. Once our class starts, they're open. So you can work ahead. I would recommend doing it, again, the dates I have, or you can take your time. Same thing with the chapter review, but now the discussion board, those do close every Sunday night. So if you miss it, it's just gone. There's no making it up. Okay, now the same thing applies for the quizzes and the exams. Okay, so there's a due date. They'll be open for 2 or 3 days, but you have to take it within that time frame. Okay, so some of the assignments have a hard deadline, and some of them do not. Okay, so you can see, hey, if somebody waited to July 6th, they could do that, but that's a bad idea to do it that way. The Chapter 1 flashcards, that is not required. It's just something, a lot of these courses, there's a terminology that you have to get a handle on, and so I've created this to help with the vocabulary. So you're welcome to use that. It's not for a grade. It's just if you need it. Now, this pattern repeats 12 times for the 12 chapters that we will be covering in the book. So we are covering the whole book, but there we are. Okay, so now I've got the dates listed, and I will also send some reminders through Blackboard, at least for the first quiz and exam, to remind you of those assignments and when they're due. The Religion 110 project I mentioned earlier is not due to almost the end of the semester. Now, you can turn it in early. And again, there's some more information later to tell you exactly what to do for that. Okay. As a matter of fact, here's the link. And there's the Word file that I have included. So notice you can either interview somebody or you can find an example of a different religious faith and really describe that. So here in this Word document that you have access to, I've given you some examples. This is a rubric that really kind of helps you with that. Now, if you decide to observe a different religion or faith, you can go in person. Now, again, be careful for COVID, so you need to do what's best for you, or you can observe it, online. So I'm giving you some options there. Primarily it was to go and be there, but again, we have to take precautions now. With the interview, you can do it in person, you can do it over the phone, and what I have attached here is an example an interview, and just of one that personally I have done. And then if you decide to do a religious observance, I've listed a lot of links, and certainly you can find more than that if you decide to do it that way. Okay, so there's a little bit more. Again, that was due July 5th. You can start early. I know some people like to have the ability to do things quickly, and some people wait a little bit later. Okay, moving on back to our tabs. We have the collaboration. Here's the discussion board. And so you can access it this way. I think the best way to access it is actually through each individual chapter. So I've created a link, and then, hey, after I give you options, of course, make sure you have appropriate spelling, grammar, and punctuation, at least 300 words. And I want this to be about what you think. Okay, so if you do use outside sources, make sure you cite them. But hopefully that, again, will be something interesting about the material you've been reading and studying about in terms of these different world religions. Okay, so usually these are related to the chapter we're on. So these are kind of some scenarios you'll come across in chapter 1. Now, as far as the Blackboard Collaborate, we don't have any class meetings scheduled that way. If you did want to meet with me, we could set up something here where we could meet together a certain date or time. So that's another way we can meet other than email or voicemail or something along those lines. Keeping track of your grades. Now, mine really looks similar in some ways to yours as a student, and then some ways different. Okay, I like to use the Grade Center, but here you can review your scores and things of that nature, and review your quizzes or exam if you would like to. Ours are not cumulative. So, for example, our quizzes and exams really are on 3 chapters each, and so they're once we leave 3 chapters, we're really done with them for the term. Okay. Again, some more familiar tabs: your email and the tools area. The way that I access the textbook, I actually click on the tools area, and then I click on McGraw-Hill, go to my Connect, and then that takes us to the Connect software where the ebook lives. And so then you can click right there, and you're in the textbook. Okay, so that's the way I like to do it. I'm sure there's probably multiple ways to do it. If you like another way, then please use that, and then you can move around ever how you want to from there. Okay, so again, this is a good textbook to use. I have enjoyed reading it, and I hope you enjoy it as well. Okay, Blackboard Help, if you have any questions there, that's a tool to use. We really don't have anything else to purchase from the course materials, but maybe if you have a need for another course, you can use that there. The e-text, again, it's gotten so good now and functioning. There used to be some issues, but really there's not many problems at all. Now, if you do, you can try this link here at the bottom, and it's their tech support. I really don't have any more access than students do. That may be hard to believe, but if you have any problems, this is a good place to start. And now I like the chat feature that you do through typing. If you use that, just make sure you type every so often, or they'll disconnect. But they're good there. You should have access to everything you need. You're paying for that when you register for the class. If you have any problems, now I can maybe send an email to some people that I know. But again, I wish I could fix those problems for you, but really can't. So I don't think you'll probably, other than this web address, I'm not sure that there's a lot here that you probably will need to use. There are some videos about the first day, and if you're an experienced Connect user, then I don't think you're probably going to use it. The last tab is the course evaluation, and I'm sure many of you have filled those out for the college before, but at the end of the term you can do that as well. Okay, so I wanted to keep this brief. I've done that. I hope this helps a little, and I look forward to being with you during the summer 2021 semester. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Thank you, and have a good day.